Even if you are entering data that represents numbers, the data for a program are often entered as strings. In fact, in Python, all values are entered as strings, and you use int or float to convert it to a number. Some programming languages support entering numbers directly, but Python does not. In many cases, the data is formatted and needs processed before it can be converted to a number. For example, dates are often entered or stored as strings with one of these formats. We need to process the string to separate out where the numbers are. Your first thought might be to use slicing, as the month is at indices 0 and 1, and the day at indices 3 and 4, and the year at indices 6, 7, 8, and 9. But in many cases, people don't use 2 digits if the value is less than 10. For example, they enter 8 instead of 08. In this case, a better way to do it is to split on the /. Remember that whether we use slicing or split, we get back strings, so we still need to convert them to a number after we get the correct sections of the string. We'll look at a simple example that takes a date of the form described above and prints out the date using the name of the month. As we mentioned, splitting is better than using slicing in case the user didn't follow the instructions and use 2 digits for the month and day. We will assume that the user did enter 2 slashes, so we'll separate the 3 values and split on the slash. This should produce 3 strings. Since we expect 3 values from the expression on the right side, we can place 3 variables on the left side to assign those values to. This is using the concept of simultaneous assignment that we learned earlier. If the user entered a string that did not have exactly 2 slashes, the program would crash here because the number of variables on the left and the number of strings that we got back from the split method on the right would not match. Let's debug it, and we'll enter 08/31/2018. We can see that the split method resulted in 3 strings, as the type of the 3 variables are strings. We have our list of months and can index into it at the correct location. We have to convert the string to an int and then subtract 1 since the list indices start at 0. We can now output 4 expressions: a constant string, the string for the month, and then we want the string for the day and a comma, so we use string concatenation for those, and then finally the year. We'll resume the program and see the resulting output. We have a space after the colon, after the month number, and after the comma because those are the end of the first 3 expressions, and as we've learned, print automatically outputs a space between each expression.